Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. As you see these matches right here, who's going to be next? Who's going to be the next Women's Tag Team Champions of NXT? Yes, we tell you what's going on, what's going down. These four teams, these eight lovely ladies, compete for opportunity of a lifetime. Be calling themselves NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. After the current champions, the former champions, Cora J and um let's look for Roxanne Perez were now two are beefing. They were former champions at the Roxanne Perez at the Core J viciously attacked Roxanne Perez from behind and led this attack right here viciously did so, causing the team to break up, and now the women's tag team championship is in abeyance. And tonight could Toxic Attraction, Gigi Goodall, and what's her name, get the women's tag team championship back after Cora J and Roxanne Perez are at odds against each other. And other women who wants to compete for the tag team titles. We'll get to that coming up shortly. Also, too, Heat Wave, as you see right here, the Heat Wave Summit between NXT champion Braun Breaker and number one contender JD Madonna. JD Madonna has been playing mind games with Braun Breaker after last week, as Braun Breaker had his breaking point. JD Madonna is finding ways to figure out Braun Breaker in more ways than one. And JD Madonna be the one to dethrone Braun Breaker out of his championship. We'll talk about it coming up, as well as a lot more matches. Sora Sakai taking on Von Wagner. These two men have been beefing for months, and now it comes to a head in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Sora Sakai wanted to get revenge after Von Wagner had attacked him, and Sora Sakai is an eye for an eye. You know what? Woo! You can tell Sora Sakai is ready, and we're ready too, as the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. This is Kendra Diggs here for you for the Pro Wrestling Show NXT Ring Report. Thank you for joining us here. Like I said, the NXT Ring Report kicked off with a bang and kicked off with these eight lovely women. We'll talk about it coming up, as well as the NXT Summit between Braun Breaker and his number one contender, JD Madonna. A lot going on, but first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling Show here on Connect TV, on YouTube. And we thank you for watching, and all our other social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitch. We got a lot to get through. So you see right here, these two matches, the Street Falls Count Anywhere, and the women's tag team title match. We'll start with the women's tag team title. As you see, a couple of these lovely ladies, Ivy Nia, and whoever that lady is, I don't know who she is. Plus two, Toxic Attraction in the Battle Royal as well. But this all started when Cora J and Roxanne Perez are beefing with each other because Cora J feels jealous of Roxanne Perez, and Cora J did what she did, attacked her best friend because she thought Roxanne was moving too fast in the women's division. So it led towards a fatal four-way tournament after Cora J saying that she no longer don't want to be the women's tag team champion with Roxanne Perez, so thus leaving one of the titles vacated. Roxanne Perez held the other tag team titles, but Medusa, of all people, Medusa knows a thing or two about throwing titles in trash cans. Medusa said the right thing to do is you take the championship, you recuse yourself from the title, and we crown new women's tag team champions, and we did that tonight. Women's tag team champions were in effect. Who's going to be the next women's tag team champions? Could Gigi Doll and JC Jane recaptured the NXT Women's Tag Team Champion, or we'll be seeing new tag team champions. As you see right here, this is a live crowd on the NXT arena, we like to call. But these two women, they was looking forward to get their titles back in one way or another. But they had to go through three other tag team women to get the job done. And they tried to get the job done, but they couldn't do the effect. I think my sister said herself, she believed that these two women will walk out with the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, and they did so. They did so indeed. They did it. They did it so indeed. JCJ and Kind of Chance are your new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Look look to see that Toxic Attraction is going to challenge them down the road for the NXT Tag Team titles. Toxic Attraction want to be with their leader Mandy Rose, who holds the women's championship gold around her waist. So heartfelt moment for KCK and Kaden Carter to do so. So heartfelt for them. Also, too, NXT North American Champion Carmelo Hayes defended his championship in a championship that we didn't see coming, and he defended it. And I guess he was looking for props. Carmelo Hayes got the job done. Carmelo Hayes won the rookie champions in NXT. Not rookie champion, but one of the premier champions in NXT. Defend his championship. So Carmelo Hayes gets a win, and gets a win. I'll see him being NXT champion someday. Hopefully, we'll see. It leads to Carmelo winning more gold down the road for Carmelo Hayes, as well as Gianni Vinci was in action in a match. I don't know. He's trying to be like what's his name? Versace or something? Wearing Versace colors or Gucci colors or something. Maybe that's his thing, but he got the look, got the bald head look, he got the look, the bill, and I don't know about the promo. I think he's just being like arrogant in a way. So that's what I'm assuming. But Gianni Vinci get the win and get the Duke over some rookie. Gianni Vinci, hey, let's see what this leads to going forward for him as well. Also, too, let's see, there was an NXT Summit between NXT champion Braun Breaker and his number one contender, JD Madonna. These two men will meet at NXT Heatwave in 2 weeks. I guess Heatwave is sort of like ECW's brand version. They're just taking all these pay-per-view premium live events from the past and trying to make it seem like now. So Braun Breaker defends his NXT championship. The explosive, energetic Braun Breaker did not fear JD Madonna. JD Madonna has been playing mental mind games with Braun Breaker, even getting headbutt. But Braun Breaker needs to watch out for JD Madonna. I mean, watch out for him in the worst way, shape, or form. JD Madonna, sort of like a scientist in a way. He likes to play these mind games and likes to play them on his terms and stuff. Like we can see and we can tell that Braun Breaker is not going to be a champion that's not going to be afraid to stand up and fear what's going on with JD Madonna. I think JD Madonna's getting his side of his head. JD Madonna has been playing these mental mind games for a couple of weeks now, ever since he arrived and attacked Braun Breaker and hit him with a suplex. JD Madonna now found a target with Braun Breaker being that way. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. But Braun Breaker has a task ahead of him against JD Madonna, and see how that's going to play out. Also, too, NXT Women's Champion Mandy Rose was in action. Mandy Rose and a non-title match against Sherelle. Mandy Rose becoming closer and inching to be one of the the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion. Mandy Rose got a lot on her belt. She's on the likes of defeating Charlotte Flair, Bailey, all the women that's been on the main roster. Mandy Rose used to be on the main roster. Now she's in the NXT roster. She's close and inching away, becoming the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion of all time. One thing about Mandy Rose, she has improved her wrestling appeal. I guess she's just trying to find her niche. I'll say that, find her niche, do what she's trying to do. So we'll see how that's all gonna play out for Mandy Rose in the long haul. But Mandy encountered Cora J. Don't know between these two women. I guess they try to strike a deal. Hey, you keep Roxanne Perez away from me, and you might get a women's time match. That's what I'm assuming Mandy Rose is saying, but I had to rewatch and see what she was talking about, but we know how that go. Also, too, the Creed brothers get the win over the D'Angelo family, but the return of Santos Escobar return, the trick Tony D'Angelo. This is far from over between them two, but we have to wait and see on how this all going to transpire with Santos Escobar and Tony D'Angelo. You know it's going to be a match sooner rather than later down the road. Mandy Rose, again, looking divine as usual. Mandy Rose is that divine. Also, too, I don't forgot who his name is. I guess this is St. Carl character. He might have a chance in the main roster now, since Vince McMahon is no longer a part of the main roster. So you know how that go. Also, too, Apple Fire was in action. Apple Fire won her match. Apple Fire gaining momentum in her match and heading forward and stuff. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Also, the main event. This was the main event. Von Wagner versus Sora Sakai. These two men can't stand each other. These two men have been brawling. Sora Sakai, is you can tell, he's like an eye for an eye. You know what? But from last week's promo, Von Wagner wants to get his hands on Sora Sakai so bad. Von Wagner wants to, you know what, beat the ever, living out here. Now we know that these two men have met before. And Sword in a way, Sora Sakai taking it to Von Wagner taking it to Sora Sakai. These two men can't stand each other. They've been feuding, and now it came to a head tonight. And now, like I said, Sora Sakai won the match over Von Wagner, getting his just due by defeating Von Wagner and laying him out and laying Robert Stone out. So Von Wagner down for the count. So Sky might be next line to get to go to the main roster. Who knows? How that be? So, well, like I said, I guess this is the situation right here. Cora J takes on Zoe Starks, the number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship. I think Cora J is being like a mercenary to Mandy Rose, the women's champion. And I guess that was the talk. That was the talk they was talking about. Hey, you take out Zoe Starks, you might be in line for a women's time match yourself. So I guess Cora J doing what she's been asked to do, doing her bidding. Also, too, Trick Williams taking on Wesley. We know that Wesley and Trick Williams can't stand each other. Wesley getting bullied by Trick Williams. Trick Williams acting like he's Muhammad Ali or something. Trick Williams need to sit down. He's not Ali. Muhammad Ali was sort of cocky. Trick Williams is cocky and arrogant, but he's taking it to a new level. So Trick Williams taking on Wesley. Wesley got that underdog story. You look at Wesley, and Wesley's trying to do his thing, and Trick Williams trying to wrap his ego, wrap his head around Carmelo Hayes. So them two, side by side, they body. Who say body like that? That's in the Master P, No Limit. So hey, that's next week for what's going ahead next week. All right. Like I said, they're gonna end the NXT ring report. So we're gonna leave you with Braun Breaker and JD Madonna. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. See you later.